Hi kids, it's Aunt Molly. How are you today? Well, how was your day? I hope it was all right. Did you do a lot of schoolwork today? I got up and I swept and mopped the entire house. And then I made turkey and rice vegetable soup from scratch, which was very delicious for lunch. And then my daughter Maddie and I went on a couple-mile walk. I think it was at least a mile and a half. And when we were out, we saw my friend Asha and her mom, Liana. And we got to visit with them for a minute. And when I say see them, they're up on their porch and we're down. They live on kind of a hill and we're kind of down on the street. And it was really great to see them. You know, you got to just be social. I got some poofy hair right there. You just got to be social any way that you can. So it was just wonderful, and it was wonderful to get the exercise. Maddie lives in a hilly area, so it was a lot of hiking around there as far as the streets just going like this, you know, in certain areas, but it was really cool. So, okay, so we have a little bit more of the shadow to read. So I was going to backtrack just a little bit, but maybe not as far as I've done in the last couple of times. So glasses, check, check. Have you got a crazy hat to wear? It's okay if you wear the same hat every time. I've got a few more crazy hats to wear, and this is patriotic, this one for no apparent reason. Raggedy is my faithful assistant. Oh, boop, boop. And now we're going to start reading the shadow. Are you ready? Without further ado. All right. So, then I was in the antechamber, said the shadow. You always sat and looked over to the antechamber. There was no light, there was sort of a twilight, but the one door stood open directly opposite the other through a long row of rooms and saloons, and there it was lit up. I should have been completely killed. Again. If I'd gone over to the maiden, but I was circumspect. It means he was cautious, I think. And I took time to think, and that one must always do. I agree with that. And what didst thou then see? Asked the learned man. I saw everything, and I shall tell all to you. But it is no pride on my part as a free man, and with the knowledge I have, not to speak of my position in life, my excellent circumstances, I certainly wish that you would say you to me. It's the custom in Denmark for intimate acquaintances to use the second person singular du, thou, when speaking to each other. I didn't know that, did you? Learn something new every day. When a friendship is formed between people, they generally affirm it when occasion offers, either in public or in private, by drinking to each other and exclaiming, "To thy health," at the same time striking the glasses together. You've seen people toast, clink, right? This is called drinking douce. They are then douce brothers, thou brothers, and ever afterwards use the pronoun thou to each other, it being regarded as more familiar than thee, you. Father and mother, sister and brother say thou to one another without regard to age or rank. Master and mistress say thou to their servants, the superior to the inferior. But servants and inferiors do not use the same term to their masters or superiors, nor is it ever used when speaking to a stranger or anyone with whom they are slightly acquainted. Then they say, as in English, you. I did not know all of that. That is very interesting. Sorry, her dustiness. I did do laundry today, but I forgot to put her in there. Next time. So, I beg your pardon, said the learned man. It is an old habit with me. You are perfectly right, and I shall remember it. But now you must tell me all you saw. Everything, said the shadow, for I saw everything, and I know everything. Such a claim, huh? How did it look in the furthest saloon? Asked the learned man. Was there as in the fresh woods? Was it there as in a holy church? Were the saloons like the starlit firmament when we stand on the high mountains? I have no idea what that means really, but how can a saloon be like a star? Oh, well, never mind. Never mind. Everything was there, said the shadow. I did not quite go in. I remained in the foremost room in the twilight, but I stood there quite well. I saw everything, and I know everything. I have been in the antechamber at the court of poesy. I didn't look that up today. Did you look up poesy? P-O-E-S-Y. I did not look that up. We'll have to figure that out. But what did you see? Did all the gods of the olden times pass through the large saloons? Did the old heroes combat there? Did sweet children play there and relate their dream? I tell you, I was there, and you can conceive that I saw everything there was to be seen. Had you come over there, you would not have been a man, but I became so. And besides, I learned to know my inward nature, my innate qualities, the relationship I had with poesy. At the time when I was with you, I thought not of that, but always, you know it well, when the sun rose and when the sun went down, I became so strangely great. In the moonlight, I was very near more distinct than yourself, and at that time I did not understand my nature. It was revealed to me in the antechamber. I became a man. I came out matured, but you were no longer in the warm lands. As a man, I was ashamed to go as I did. I was in want of boots, of clothes, of the whole human varnish that makes a man perceptible. I took my way, I tell it to you, but you will not put it in a book. I guess he knew he was a writer, huh? I took my way to the cake woman. I hid myself behind her. The woman didn't think how much she concealed. I went out first in the evening. I ran about the streets in the moonlight. I made myself long up the walls. This is when he was still a shadow, I guess. It tickles the back so delightfully. I ran up and ran down, peeped into the highest windows, into the saloons, and on the roofs. I peeped in where no one could peep, and I saw what no one else saw, what no one else should see. This is, in fact, a base world. I would not be a man if it were now once accepted and regarded as something... Wait a minute. I would not be a man if it were not now once accepted and regarded as something to be. I saw the most unimaginable things, with women, with children, with parents, with children, with sweet pets. I saw, said the shadow, what no human being must know, but what they would all so willingly know. What is bad in their neighborhood, what is good. I had even written a newspaper. It would have, had I written a newspaper, it would have been read. But I wrote direct to the persons themselves, and there was consternation in all the towns where I came. They were so afraid of me, and yet they were so excessively fond of me. The professors made a professor of me. The tailors gave me new clothes. I am well furnished. The master of the mint struck a new coin for me, and the women said I was so handsome. And so I became the man I am. And now I bid you farewell. Here is my card. Here, I have a card right here. Boop. Here is my card. I live on the sunny side of the street, and I'm always home in rainy weather. And so away went the shadow. That was most extraordinary, said the learned man. Years and days passed away, then the shadow came again. How goes it, says the shadow. Okay, so we're about at 8 minutes. And we have pages and pages to go. So I think that's my stopping point for tonight. I'm trying to keep it under 10 minutes, so I'm going to bring it down to a low roar. So I'll read you one last little paragraph. It's short, okay? How goes it, says the shadow. Said the shadow. Alas, said the learned man, I write about the true and the good and the beautiful, but no one cares to hear such things. I am quite desperate, for I take it so much to heart. Okay, and that's our stopping point today. So he's a little bit of a Pollyanna too, just like me. Did you look that up? That means that's someone who's always looking on or trying to make the positive of something and looking on the bright side of things. Like today, the bright side of me being stuck in with the quarantine is I mopped and swept my floors, which were dirty. So I had time to do that today, and they needed it, and I was glad I got it done. Okay, I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. All right, bye. Raggedy says bye.